and motivate. There is that one person who aspires to become better or finds hope from the shows that we're doing here. Therefore, I've been well. The show has been good. The views are forthcoming, with personal questions, things people will not like perhaps to be shared here, and also positive reviews of the work we do.
We thank you. Hatutachoka, tutaendelea. Remember, kila siku tukikuja hapa, show ikiwa is for you. So usikufe. Hata ile unaona ni ngumu sana, to take it out. We are here. Feel free. No one is going to know who you are. Ilitoka kwa nani. But the solution is going to help you. So today, our viewers, we are going to talk about another story of a young man. Maybe he's not that young, but somehow older to us, to some of us, about the challenges he's going through in his marriage. Andrew alikuwa sawa sana kwa marriage yake. Alijua kila kitu inakuwa sawa. But in the end, alipata a very big challenge. The wife akaamua kumwacha. Afuate another line. And remember, they also have children. These are the challenges that we face in our families. So before I give so much, let us listen to his challenge.
My name is Andrew and I am suicidal. Reason being that my wife of 17 years has abandoned me and our 2 children. And funny thing is, hajaniwacha juu ya mwanaume mwingine. She left me for another woman who apparently they've now been living together for 4 months. Recently nimekuja kurealize that they're not even staying far. Tunaishi in the same estate. As in, a stone throw away. So imagine trying to explain to our children why the mother isn't coming back home. Na bado anamuona hapo nje akipiga sherehe. Na akienjoy life with her new bae. Can you imagine the sadness in their eyes? Right now, I'm the talk of the estate, the talk of the town, of how this man cannot keep a woman. Ametoka manzi na dem mwingine, yeah? Do you know how hard that is for man? Knowing that you're not man enough. At this point, why even be in this world? Mbona nibaki? Penye mefika, there's no need for living anymore. So, all I can do is ask for your help.
Tumesikia, tumeona. Just imagine 17 good years in marriage with children. Then unaachwa. Unaendea the same gender. I'm trying to understand. Ndio Andrew ache na wife yake enda oleke na a fellow woman. Does it mean kulikuwa na something going on between these 2 women? Ama ni nini huyu Andrew alifanya ikatrigger this woman the wife aende to another angle, a divert from marrying the opposite gender then to the same gender. Sijui kama hii na happen pia kwa watu wengine mnaogopa kuongea. Yes, we know hii lesbianism, homosexuality iko. Yes, we know. But mpaka kwa marriages zinakuwa affected. Na feel Andrew is really going through a lot. Na feel Andrew ako really heartbroken. Come to think about the children. Hao ndio wengine sana najua wanateseka. Wanaumia, wanasafa. And because tuko hapa kusaidia Andrew apate suluhisho, lazima tujaribu juu chini, tuone kama hata si Andrew peke yake, kuna the rest also wenye watasaidika. Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
just imagine you and your girlfriend, ime happen. Anakuacha after all that year, maybe hata kama ni 3 years, is too much, si ndio? Anakuacha anaenda kufuata a fellow female. So tell us, una expect tu Mr. Andrew ana go through what? Right now venye tunaongea, kulingana na age yake haizi get married again, maybe watoto wamegrow. So una understand, ana go through what? Anajiuliza maswali kaa gani?
Wow. It's very depressing. And I think there is a story of a broken ego, you know, where someone wishes that they'd rather go for someone else who's like them, you know, because you see, we're used to competition being homogeneous, competition being of the same, of things with similar characteristics, you know. Cheaters compete with cheaters, lions compete with lions, milk businesses compete with other milk businesses, and so on and so forth. Okay? But now, and you find that the problem is you're not really molded in a way to expect competition from the places where you do not have the same characteristics. Okay, there is no day a fresher will ever, for example, anticipate to compete with Superloaf unless Superloaf starts making milk or fresher starts making bread. See, so you find that there is a shattered ego in this story. You know, there are instances where there are symptoms of depression among the man. Okay. Also, you also find that the children have been left in the middle.
True.
The man says that he has 2 children. However, we don't know how old they are. Okay. But since he says that he's been with his wife for 17 years,
Yeah.
I can assume that the firstborn is in either the teenage or is a young adult. Okay. So you find that there is also a dilemma for these kids. You know, the fact that one, their mother's left, and the problem is she's not gone far. It's said
the
that
neighborhood.
exactly they're in the same estate. Therefore, she's the guy Andrew. Andrew sees his wife regularly.
Yeah.
You know, because they live in the same environment, they are more likely to meet. They're more likely to come across each other. See, also, you find that if Andrew sees the wife regularly, in that rhetoric, the kids are also more likely to see the wife, the mother, regularly. Okay, but the mother does not come home. So Andrew is in a dilemma of how to explain to these children that, number one, he lost his wife. Number two, the mother is not coming home, but is still around. And also the fact that he does not know how to explain to his children makes me think that that there is at least one young child in that situation, because there is a certain age where people may not really relate to and understand loss. This guy is going through loss. He's lost his wife.
And
He's
losing the marriage too.
He's lost his marriage. He's going through a sense of shame because he's saying that he's now the talk of the estate.
True.
See? There is also some sense of deflated self-esteem, and the deflated self-esteem has taken a knock to his self-worth. Anajidhalilisha, to use Swahili. So you find that in this demeaning himself, there is a very low surge in mood and whatever motivates him, because if it's someone you're marrying, and I'm assuming this is someone you love, you tend to put a lot in your life around this person. That's why you hear people calling these people your reason for existence and many other sweet things that are there. So you find that when this person goes, that fantasy that you had, that illusion that you had, that life that you had, the roles that you two played to each other emotionally, psychologically, physically, and spiritually, they do not materialize anymore. See? Therefore, the man and the children are going through a lot, and I think there's a lot to unpack in that story.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. At least tunapata Andrew ana maswali anajiuliza why? What happened? So we are going to take a short break. We will be back in a jiffy.
Je, wewe ni mfanyabiashara katika sekta ya elimu, afya bora, usafiri ama unamiliki kampuni yoyote ile? Ungependa kupata fursa ya kutangaza biashara yako ili kuwafikia wateja zaidi? Usikonde. Runinga ya Younib inakupa fursa ya kupeperusha matangazo kuhusu bidhaa na huduma unazotoa kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi kupitia nambari za simu 0750344700 ama kupitia barua pepe marketing@younibtv.com. Jinyakulie leo. Younib TV, ever the best.
We are back again with our story, Mr. Andrew. Let's continue with our show and get more solution to help our brother. Mr. Dennis,
Yes.
bado nina maswali. I still have a lot of questions. Because when I try to understand myself, those children in the house, knowing that their mother does not enter in their house, maybe they are not talking. The mom and the dad, they are not talking. Walitoka hapo nje, wakapata mama anaingia, dad anatoka. Hata wakuambiana hi. And they used to see them hugging each other. So tell me, is this really affecting these children emotionally, psychologically? Is it affecting them socially, in the community or even in the school, academically, all round situation? Is it really affecting them? And if yes, how?
Okay, yes, of course it is affecting them. The children are being affected. Look at it from this end. We've said that what we know is he has 2 children. Okay, and from estimations, at least one is a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, from my personal estimations, at least one is a teenager. So what you find is a teenager is a child who's struggling to find his identity or her identity.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a child who is trying, to fit in, to create herself, to become an individual separate from his or her parents. So what happens is, with this, or at this point, this is the point where the kids need the parents the most.
Yeah.
See? Because they need, especially the same-sex parents, this is when they start to emulate. This is when they start to imitate. This is when the parents become the models. Sketch. Therefore, if the parent is absent at this time, and let's assume this child is a girl, what happens? Who does she start to resent? Does she resent the mother for leaving? Does she resent the father for perhaps doing something that made the mother to
To
leave?
live, yeah.
Does she resent herself and blame herself for being the reason behind why the
Mama
parents...
maybe alichoka.
Does she do that, So you find that there's a lot of things that the kids go through emotionally because, one, the transition, being teenage and all.
Yeah.
Secondly, you find that there is a name that these children have now acquired. Because if the father says that he's become the talk of the estate, what of the children?
A name.
You see? So even the children may have acquired this title, or they may have become the talk of the estate.
Okay.
Unaona wale watoto, wale ndo watoto ule mama mwenye.
Aibu.
You see? So it may bring problems to their personal relationships, their friends, the people they hang out with, and so on and so forth.
Watatorokwa, wataogopwa.
Yes, they may be, depending on how the community is.
Yeah.
And then another thing, you find that same-sex relationships are frowned upon by communities and society in general, at least this one that we're in. So you find that with this, there'll be not many people will be able to try and incorporate this family, the father, the kids, into their own systems, you see. Because if this parent, say, goes anywhere, he's known as a weak man.
True.
Because
hakuweza kushikilia familia.
Exactly, and the nature of the competitor as well. You see? And as from what he's saying, it is something that is breaking him. Okay? So the children, will they be associated as children of a weak man?
Maybe.
You see? So that is another way children may suffer emotionally. And they may end up taking their resentments out on the father. You know, why didn't you do better?
So in that case, mtoto anaweza pia toroka.
I don't know. I think as an extreme case scenario, but the thing is they'll grow to resent someone. They'll either resent the mother for leaving. You see, remember, even when the mother left, regardless of where she went to, she's still a mother.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'd like to believe that a mother's first duty is to her children. You see? So when she left and never came back, you know, for the sake of, she's still a mother to these children.
Yeah.
Therefore, the children will always wonder, where did our mother go? Why did our mother go? Okay?
To some point hata labda mdogo atalia aende kwa mama.
Maybe.
But
why did our mother go? You see? And this can map out as resentment. You know? You hate them. They can either hate the mother for leaving.
Yes.
They can hate the father for doing something that they don't know that made the mother to leave. Or they can hate themselves because they'll attribute the reason to why the mother had left to maybe them. You see? So the children are going through a lot emotionally. And physically, there's always the taunting, you know, kuitwa majina, kutusiwa hapa na pale, you know, wewe unaniambia nini na mama yako? You get? So, you find that there is that, and also for the children, there is that lack of support, you know, that a parent may provide. You see, because if the mother is gone, who is playing the role of the mother in this family?
True. At least ingekuwa case like death ingeeleweka kidogo.
Still.
But now the mother is here, lakini yako the other side.
And to make matters worse is, to quote the parent, to quote Andrew, the mother is having fun.
Exactly.
With her life.
Yeah.
You see? So it gets to a point where who's supporting the kids?
Very challenging.
You see? Therefore, the kids will have a problem with with the lack of that parental support. So if you ask me, the kids are going through a lot. That is physically, emotionally,
academically.
Of course. If a kid is going through all that, exam, you know, you don't expect this child to focus in school. You know, you also don't expect this child to be engaged in school. You know, if the kid used to answer questions, the kid starts going silent.
Withdrawing.
Exactly. If the kid was active, she used to play, she used to participate.
Alafu kuongeza uchungu, the teacher is not understanding, anapiga mtoto, anaongeza uzito tena.
Yes. And teachers, okay, I don't have a problem with teachers, but a good number of them don't really meddle in family affairs.
No, ukiangalia the real thing is that the academic side, you understand, the marks are degrading. So the teacher will think that maybe this child is joking, is playing, gets some punishments.
Exactly what I'm saying. The teachers don't meddle in family affairs. The teacher will not come and ask what's happening at home. That is, you know, making this. It will be, uko na mchezo.
Yeah.
Okay? So you find that, and also the fact that they don't have an avenue to go and share what is going on. You know, if it's a teenager, I am mapping out, maybe they're either in primary school or secondary school. Most of these schools don't have counselors. Okay? So what happens? Who can this child go trust and tell them that, hey, my family is this way, they're going through this and that, you know? Everyone that is there is a teacher. So you find even if there's an teacher who's allotted for guidance and counseling, that teacher is maybe your English teacher, your mathematics teacher. So explain to me how mwalimu ametoka kukuchapa asubuhi because of something you had done or something he thought you had done.
Yeah.
And then that same teacher is the one who you're supposed to go and tell, by the way, home has not been so good. We're going through some problems here and there. So I guess also the fact that they do not have any avenue to go and speak out where they can be understood and they can be encouraged is also a problem that these children are facing.
Wow. So as you can see, as you can hear, we understand and we get clear, we find it clear that these children are really suffering, both socially, emotionally, and academically. We will be back and continue with more stories, with more solutions.
Je, wewe ni mfanyabiashara katika sekta ya elimu, afya bora, usafiri ama unamiliki kampuni yoyote ile? Ungependa kupata fursa ya kutangaza biashara yako ili kuwafikia wateja zaidi? Usikonde. Runinga ya Younib inakupa fursa ya kupeperusha matangazo kuhusu bidhaa na huduma unazotoa kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi kupitia nambari za simu 0750344700 ama kupitia barua pepe marketing@younibtv.com. Jinyakulie leo. Younib TV, ever the best.
Welcome again. We are almost finding the solution to our friend Mr. Andrew. Mr. Dennis.
Yes.
Bado mambo ni moto.
Kweli.
Najaribu kuunderstand zingine nashindwa kuelewa. Yes, tumeelewa watoto wanakapitia. Mama ako kule anafurahia. Haijaingia kwa roho yake that watoto wake wanateseka. So swali yangu ni, do these men, most of these men, find that courage to talk about this problem? Jukaa Mr. Andrew ameongelea such a problem yenye ina mtorment kitu kama hii. So men wengine wanaweza kuwa na the same courage, waongee ndio tusaidiane. Maybe wengi wakiongea watajua kumbe ni kitu inaendelea. So tunaweza itatua. Understand? Inaweza kuwa sasa na solution. So do they find that courage to talk about their problems?
Okay. First of all, I think is to congratulate Andrew for sharing his story. Because not many people stand to accept. One thing men don't like is losing.
Yes?
Losing. Okay. So we find that coming out to share his story is actually something that is very, very commendable. Okay. Secondly, you find that in this story, at the point of sharing, Andrew was suicidal. Okay. So this goes to show how whatever that has happened has affected him
Badly.
Okay. It has hit him where it hurts. See?
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, we peg a lot on the partners we have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we give them a lot of our energy. We give them a lot of resources in form of time spent together and many other things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, therefore, you find that these people become pillars to our lives.
Yeah.
See, therefore, if a pillar is broken, what happens?
Everything crashes down.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I don't know whether we talk about the ease for these men to talk out these issues. And then remember how we are modeled. Men will be fine regardless of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're not really created to go and share what is happening. The only place where people share what is happening is in bars,
Sports.
sports, no, sports,
Wakiwatch football.
not really.
Mm.
When men are watching football, they talk about the game, the referee, VAR, and everything else.
Ah,
Okay?
okay.
It's very difficult to hear someone you're watching a game with tell you, you know, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The place where people share is in bars. And, you know, bars, when you go and tell someone a problem, mtu anakununulia moja. So that is also an addiction coming. Okay? But outside, people don't talk. People don't share. People will discuss sports. They'll discuss politics. They'll discuss everything in between. But they will never really come to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Also, look at the environment. Is the environment really understanding? You know, you go tell someone that your wife left because she had a girlfriend. What happens? 9 out of 10 times, this person is more likely to laugh at you.
And what if the person hajaijaribu kushare in the society, in the environment? So amekuwa kijudge, the environment will not help.
Exactly. But you find that this is something that, you know, before you share, you normally look at the interactions that you have with people.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't come out of the blue and start telling you my deepest secrets.
Mm-hmm.
It will depend in how we have our shows, you know, in how we have our interactions and everything. Therefore, if in our interactions we are always joking, finding fun and everything, you find that I'll always perceive it as fun. Even if I have a serious problem, I'll find that you may maybe belittle it or make fun of it. Or the problem may not even be that, but you can even go and share.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Something else.
you can even go and share to others. You've come told me your issue, and then I become who? Mpenzi mtangazaji.
Ndio hiyo.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So you find that so many things come to mind. You know, how will you perceive me when I share?
Nitastop.
Okay.
Nitaacha.
How does the respect remain the same?
Imeisha.
See, so a lot happens. There's a lot that happens. There's a lot that these people think about when it comes to sharing their issues. Okay.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's not about most men finding the courage to talk. I think it's an interplay between what is happening, how it is perceived by society. You know, someone may not believe it, another person may not believe it. There's someone who will say there has to be something that you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
To justify.
Exactly. People will try and justify it. There are people who will belittle the situation. There are people who will change how they perceive this person. So the problem is not whether most men find courage to talk. The problem is, how is the environment, first of all? Is it conducive for people to talk? Okay.
So in short, you mean they shouldn't share, or maybe they're supposed to share, but to the right channels?
No. In short, I mean, let us create a conducive environment where people feel comfortable to share their deepest parts of themselves.
Okay.
And that is exactly what they will do.
Wow, that's good. Another worry that I have. Come to think of it, maybe the woman, the wife, has seen her children really crying for her. To some point ameona akiwa kwa plot akiwa hiyo area. Maybe amekuwa akiwaona wanamlilia. Kama maybe kuna kale kadogo kanamkimbilia. Mami, why are you not coming home? You understand? So, do you think there's a possibility where they come together and talk, they can solve this? Or maybe we find another solution that it has happened and happened, let us go our way.
Okay. I don't know where to step in this, but I'm not really a proponent of solving something that, is broken beyond repair. Because if this person comes back, the mother, the woman, the wife, if she comes back to a man with a broken ego. She comes back to a depressed man. She comes back to a man with a low self-esteem.
Yeah.
She comes back to a man with perhaps mood problems. This person is sad all the time. She comes back to a man with trust issues.
Broken her trust.
Exactly. So you find that there are a lot of problems that this woman may come back to. The marriage will not be the same no matter the level, the amount, or the intensity of the conversation that will go, that will happen at that time. You get? Also, the family, everyone played their role. There was the father, there was the mother, there were the children. And if the mother decided to explore, if she found alternative ways to get affection, security, and and support, it doesn't negate the fact that she's still a mother in this relationship. Okay. Therefore, I believe that she can continue to be a mother in this relationship, in this family setting.
But not a wife.
But I highly doubt.
Okay.
If she chooses to be the wife, she will be the wife to a different man. It will not be the same man that she left. Yes.
Wow. Bado hapo kuna moto, hapo kuna joto. Now, able to imagine the first child, who is a teenage, might be a boy child. So what is his perspective towards women?
Well,
Because ukiangalia alikuwa na trust mama yake. So in future, maybe he wants to get married. So atakuwa na feel aje? Atakuwa na feel nikioa atanifanyia the same thing mom did to her father. Itakuwaje?
Well, let's not even rush to marriage. Remember, this person, you said we assume it's a boy, right? Remember, this person has friends.
Yeah.
Who are not necessarily of the same gender, especially if it's a teenager. He has friends who are not necessarily of the same gender. Okay. Number two, look at it from the point of how the relationship that this boy had with the mother, for example. Okay. The nature of the relationship that this boy had with the mother was lost.
Yeah.
The moment the mother went to have fun and left the family, according to the story. So you find that the boy may blame himself and beat himself down. Okay? And also look at it from a modeling perspective. The boy looks at the father that the father has lost. What makes him deserving to get someone else? What makes the boy deserving to be with a woman, for example? Okay? It can be something of that sort because he has seen firsthand how the father lost. And
Great
he
parents.
has seen also how it has affected him.
Yeah.
The father already says that he's suicidal. He has suicidal ideations. I don't know whether he's attempted it or not, but he says he's suicidal. He says his ego is broken, you know, and his ego as a man, you know, whatever makes him a man is broken. Therefore, a lot is happening. So this may demotivate the child from pursuing relationships with people of
Different gender.
exactly, because he's seen what it has done to his father. Therefore, his perspective about women, perhaps, I don't know, but the perspective he'll have towards having relationships with people will be totally affected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So meaning huyu mtoto bado anang'ang'ana pia na yeye na challenges zake.
Kweli.
So hii kitu imeaffect deeply kuanzia utotoni hadi utu uzima. So to find the best solution to this problem. So how best can we help Mr. Andrew?
Okay. So first of all, I think with Mr. Andrew, thank you for sharing your story. And you have exhibited great courage in doing this. If you're a resident of Njiru and its environs, Younib Media provides free counseling services. You can get in touch with one of their counselors. Also, Kenya Red Cross has a toll-free number in case you need someone to talk to, in case you need psychosocial support. We are in the month of June, and we are talking about Men's Mental Health Month. Therefore, your mental health is important, and the toll-free number for Red Cross is 1199. Therefore, you can dial those two numbers. And I think where to start for Andrew and Andrew's children is going for counseling. That's where to start, because there's a lot that has happened. Your identity is shattered, and so is your esteem. Therefore, going to therapy, you can be able to work through some of these things, finding someone to talk to. You can be able to work through some of these things. Therefore, I'd strictly encourage therapy. And if he feels he needs someone to talk to, if the children need someone to talk to, I've given the Red Cross toll-free number, and the media house also offers free counseling services.
Thank you, thank you. Mr. Andrew, umesaidika. Usikufe moyo. Don't think that this is the end of the world. So try to go for guidance counseling, for those therapies, together with your children, for you to find the better place to stand, for you to find the healing that you really require. Thank you so much, viewers, for being with us. It has been a very nice evening. I have been your host, Sarah Mashau, and our special guest, Mr. Dennis. See you next time, Tuesday, same place.